Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for, this is for mid-January 2024. We're just going to jump right in here. And sure, we'll take all three of these, even though I just dropped them all. But you have this card that says, when a witch must drink their brew. There you go. And another one that says, only weavers know the time. And you have this card that says, when the storm spirits play. So I feel for some of you that this is saying that you've dealt with something here. This card right here, this is the Dreamweaver's Oracle, by the way, and it says, when a witch must drink their brew. So, I think that for some of you, you could be dealing with like toxic people or toxic situations, but it's like these people are going to eat their words. And I also feel that the other two cards are more important anyway. Again, I have to read them again. It says, only weavers know the time, and you have this card that says, when the storm spirits play. So I feel for a lot of you that you could be in this time where you're kind of like either creating something new or you're like working on something. And I feel that focusing whatever you're working on in your life is what's going to be really important. I always say that every single Taurus reading I do has to do with like the story that you tell yourself. And I think that this reading is no different. You have the Hierophant, the Four of Swords, and the Moon here. It's like, I feel like almost like the universe is waiting for you to do something as well. It's like the universe is like just waiting for you to, step into your true power or to do whatever you're thinking about doing in your life, to realize that you're like more powerful than you thought, or whatever the case may be here, Taurus. So I feel like you're like much more powerful than you realize. I also feel a lot of you are very focused on work. It is funny that you go Hierophant, the Strength card, down to the Eight of Pentacles. To me, that is a definite focus on working, or you are more focused on creating things in the world. So that kind of makes, that makes sense, is what I want to say. But let's see where this reading is going. You have the Hierophant, again, the Four of Swords, and the Moon card here. It's like you're getting something that you feel like was blocked from you, or you're getting something that you thought wouldn't work out here, is what I'm getting as well. I also think you need to stop doubting yourself here. I know it's kind of weird reading, Taurus. I'm not going to lie. I feel weird about it. I feel like it's not talking about... it's like not talking about anything, which is super weird as well. It's almost like saying that you have a choice. I'm going to show you what the choice is right now. It's like you could go this way or you can go this way towards the Seven of Pentacles. Which is the right direction? Honestly, I have no freaking clue right now, but we're going to figure it out, right? You have the Four of Swords. I feel like the Four of Swords is saying that things that you need to get to a place where you are healed in your life, where you can rest, relax, recover, where you can put things in your life in order, where you can, create more success in your life, or, whatever you want to call it. So I feel a lot of you are kind of like working on this with this energy. It's like you're working on creating more success in your life. And but really, I feel you had to heal to a certain point. So I get this as some sort of healing. Now that you've healed, it's like, now what? I have like this question on the moon. The reason the moon can represent now what is because it's like darkness. And, the moon represents mystery, and it's part of the fool's journey. He has to walk to these mountains in the background. Those mountains represent accomplishments. And so it's like there's something you want in your life. There's something that you've wanted to accomplish, or it's almost as if there's something you could accomplish very, very easily here. But I feel like you need to realize it. It's almost like in your head. I know what this is. This first row was a little bit confusing for me, but I get it now. I think that what it's saying is, it's like you think that to have something in your life, you need to be like up here, right? But really, I feel like you need to be down here. Haven't I said this to you before? I'm pretty sure it was you. So there you go. You have the Hierophant. Yeah, something needs to come to an end. It's like a decision needs to be made. The Nine of Swords to me is a hamster wheel. It is just like thinking and processing. By the way, I forgot to say this. We're doing past, present, future, outcome. And so this is coming up in your past position. Maybe you've been on a hamster wheel. Hierophant, even though it is your card, Hierophant is kind of like being stuck in the box, only seeing things from an inside perspective and not being able to see other opportunities that exist or other ways that you can accomplish something. And so that's kind of like what I get here, is that you need to, or have left something behind. Yeah. With the Four of Swords, you have the Eight of Cups, which I love. I actually think this is very good showing up in the past position, because it's saying that you will have walked away from this type of hamster wheel, round and round, overthinking, type of energy here. So it looks to me like you are getting off of a hamster wheel. With the Moon, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Something has been distracting. here. There's some sort of distraction going on in your life, Taurus. It could be other people. It could be like your living situation. It could be anything. The list goes on, right? And I just feel that there has been, like, I'm not even reading the cards at this point. Like, to me, I'm just channeling this from these cards that are showing up here. I feel like this is some sort of distraction. I feel like that Seven of Pentacles is saying something needs to change. Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. Is the juice worth the squeeze, is what the Seven of Pentacles says. In your present situation, you have this family card. It says origin, soul family groups. You have this true love card. It says pure love, honest connection. So if you're looking for love, there could be love coming in for you. It could be a person you have a family with. For others, you could just be more focused on family, or you could just be more focused on building a family, or, this could, if you have a family, you could just be more focused on your family in general. You have the Page of Swords, the Strength card, and the Nine of Swords. Again, some sort of round and round cycle that needs to end with the Nine of Swords. We'll talk about that in a minute. Page of Swords, a lot of people read it as a card of spying, which it definitely can represent spying, for sure. I do feel like some of you do have a secret admirer. You're the secret admirer. Take it how it resonates. But I also feel that we're in a time of curiosity, and there's clearly a change that needs to happen. We have 2 sevens here. 2 sevens together, to me, in a tarot reading, represent internal fears that don't exist. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is coming up in this last row, which also represents the good stuff. So that last row is going to be good no matter what. But having said that, I also feel for some of you that this reading is kind of like saying that there's some sort of fear that you need to face. We're going to have to figure that out. I think this is the fear of transformation is kind of what I'm getting. So maybe you want to grow a business, for example, and you're going to have to take the lead. Maybe that requires a transformation, and that could be the obstacle that's showing up here in this reading. If you want love, again, maybe you have to change in some way. Maybe you would have to move. Maybe you would have to maybe you would have to let a person into your space. Again, I think people don't think about this, like with relationships. It's like when you are getting into a relationship, the change that is happening is you're allowing a person into your energy. So, that can be a big change, right? And, I feel like you've been patient, or you've been patiently trying to build something up in your life, because we're going in this direction here, down to the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles says you've been working on something. Plain and simple. With the Strength card, I feel like you've been developing yourself, and so you have been changing all along. I feel that you have been kind of developing your character, or, to me, the Strength card is a card of personal development. I also consider the Eight of Pentacles to be a card of personal development. So you've been developing here, and I think this part of the reading is saying that you are ready to make the change that is going to, change your life or something like that. You have the Nine of Swords again. Again, this hamster wheel thing, I'm not too worried about this card, because I think that that a hamster wheel, like, something has to change. But this is external. It's like there's like 2 changes going on here. One is you changing. The other change is your environment, or something that you feel has been a disruption in your life, or whatever I said with the Moon and the Seven of Pentacles. It's like there's also something else. There's like 2 things that need to kind of come into alignment or change here. Let's see. With the Page of Swords, you have the Page of Swords. A lot of people, I've noticed, have been getting a lot of repeating cards in these readings this month, or, this half of the month. And so kind of interesting. Again, some of you could be going through a change, like I said, or there is some sort of change coming in for you here. With the Strength card, you have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is your emotions overflowing, being very happy. If you've been like waiting for love or patient for love, then I do feel there could be love coming in for you. This right here, going this way, I feel like some of you are projecting into the future. Like I said, this is probably like the weirdest reading I've done for you in a while, just like my feelings about it in general as well. But I feel like some of you have your eye on a person. It's like you're fearing that there's going to be a heartbreak. You have this eye card right here. It literally says that you have your eye on a person. You have true love right here. I feel like you need to let go of those fears, obviously, if you want to be with a person. I also feel that with that Ace of Cups, you need to focus more on things that cause your energy to overflow. So I would be doing more of the activities, develop more of the habits, do more of the stuff in your life that causes your emotions to overflow. That'll be good for you. With the Nine of Swords, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. So I feel like you need to be bold and assertive. I feel like you really need to like go for the things that you want. I feel like you really need to. It's like you really need to create more of the stuff you want in your life, but it's gonna come through boldness. So there's like some sort of bold move. It's like we have the hamster wheel, and then we have the hamster leaving the wheel and escaping its cage and getting out into the world. That's what Taurus needs to do here. It's almost like some of you might have a hamster wheel that's a little bit of a comfort zone. We all do. That's a secret to life, is that we are all on some sort of hamster wheel. We are all on some sort of grind, or whatever you want to call it. And again, we can make it a good thing, or like this for me doing tarot readings, hamster wheel. I have to do this every freaking day to keep up, right? It's a hamster wheel, but I enjoy it. So it's like there are the hamster wheels that maybe keep you fit and keep you successful, and then there are the hamster wheels where you're just chasing your own tail, feeling lost. And I kind of get that more of that type of hamster wheel with the Nine of Swords. And so I feel like that it's almost a distraction. I really, this reading is going to weird places, but I really feel sometimes it's like we'll keep ourselves stuck in a distraction so that we don't have to see what we can become. And damn, if that isn't what this reading is about. It's like sometimes I think we know that there are opportunities that'll improve our lives, and we choose not to move towards those opportunities, maybe because a little part of us is afraid. And that's okay. Like, trust me, I've been there. Like, I'm not afraid to say that. Like, I've been there where I've been scared to do something, and blah blah blah. We've all been there, right? Nobody's perfect. So I feel this reading is encouraging you to be bold and assertive, to see like what you can become. This is a deep reading here, Taurus. It's like, I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, oh, this is so easy either. I feel that these are deep changes that you're making, but you won't regret it if you make the change. Next, in the area of your future, are you kidding? You have this mountain card. It says challenges, achievements. Where do you get the best views? At the top of a mountain. I always say climb the mountains. It's worth it to do the stuff that causes you to change, or whatever this is here. It's gonna be worth it. You have this envy and protection card. So it's like you are protected as well. Again, if you're thinking like worst case scenario, like, oh, if I actually go and date this person, are they going to cheat on me? Seven of Swords, right? Even though it's coming up in the good stuff, doesn't matter. You could still be thinking that. Or, oh, if I, quit my job and start this business, what will happen? And I'm telling you right now, don't just quit your job and start a business right now, but, maybe you want to start working on, eventually ease off of your job, right? You want to get that business going. I think that it will be worth it for sure. You have the Seven of Pentacles, Three of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Is the work that you've been doing, again, is the hamster wheel making you stronger? And are you on it because you're choosing to be on it? Or, are there better hamster wheels? Or could you escape into the world where you can run as a free hamster and you don't have to be on a wheel? You can just be running in the grass or doing, whatever hamsters do. I have no clue. But, whatever it is, it's like, can you go and do that? Seven of Pentacles wants you to make that transformation, right? There's two transformations going on here inside of you. It's like I said, there's one internal, there's one external that needs to happen. You have the Three of Swords. Like, again, I think that for some of you that this is talking about just general healing. It could be a heartbreak, so we'll definitely talk about that. But one thing I want to say is that Three of Swords can just be a temporary situation. It can just say that you've been in a temporary situation. You've been experiencing some challenges in your life. And the Three of Swords is about kind of like healing those challenges, or, getting away from those challenges, removing yourself from challenges so that you can heal, or so that you can not experience them any longer. Like what I'm trying to spit out here is Three of Swords represents temporary situations. It represents a temporary problem or something temporary that could be causing problems, but it's only temporary. It doesn't rain forever, and it's raining on this card. So I feel for a lot of you, you're going through just a healing. It could be a past heartbreak, but again, I almost feel that some of you are attaching past heartbreaks to something new that could be coming in for you that's not going to be a heartbreak. So, let go of those fears. You have the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about diligent work, and I feel like you've been putting work into something, but now it's time to, like I said, to be the hamster in the field. It's like time for you to leave something behind. It's almost like, this is like the card of the apprentice, So some of you, maybe you've been doing something where you've been in a learning period, where you've been educating yourself or something, and now it's time to like play in the big leagues, right? That's kind of like the feeling I get here from the Eight of Pentacles. So let's see. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Sun. Yep, a lot of happiness coming in for you. I would also pay attention to your attention. I love readings that go from the moon to the sun because that suggests to me that you are leaving a moon period behind. So you're stepping into the light. Things are going to become more clear. With the Three of Swords, you have the Emperor here. Yeah, I feel you could be attracting an Aries. You could be attracting just a boss figure. You could just be attracting your Emperor or your Empress. Take it how it resonates. But whatever it is, I feel like you could be attracting something here, like a person. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. Hangman is a card of kind of seeing things from a new perspective, which we know you need to do because of that, the Hierophant also showing up here. So I kind of feel for some of you, the Hierophant is saying that you're only seeing things from like a limited worldview. And again, not a criticism here, Taurus. We all do this, but it's like you're seeing things from inside the box. But what you're entering into is an outside the box situation. And maybe that's what this reading is saying, is it's like saying you're thinking inside the hamster cage. Like I said, maybe that's a better way to put it also. But really, it's like the situation that you're about to get into is outside of the cage. It is like the free world. And damn, I don't know where this is a very weird reading, like I said, but I don't know, I like it. You have this at the end here for the good stuff. Also, your outcome, you have the strategy card. It says, becoming more strategic to succeed. Literally, your very first card is a card of strategy, the Seven of Swords. Look at your goals and imagine what obstacles may appear so you can avoid them. You have this card that says, challenge yourself to be stronger than your challenges. Really, the whole entire reading basically says that, but, there you go. You have the Seven of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Death card. The Seven of Swords is lying, cheating, stealing, but again, it's coming up in the good stuff. And really, the Seven of Swords is a good card. It is a golden card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. He is stealing these swords from this army right here in the background. And so it's a card of tactics. Just like I said, it's a card of strategy. It says anything you're trying to accomplish, is there a better way to accomplish it? Is there another way to get what you want? And that's what I would be thinking about here with the Seven of Swords. You have the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a major celebration. So I feel like there are major celebrations coming in for you. I also have this weird thing popping into my head. Remember what I said at the beginning of the reading? It's like you think you need to be up here, but you're down here, or like you only need to be down here. It's like you're overestimating what something requires. This could be in work or business. Like maybe you think you need to do all this work to be successful, but really you need to do much, much less. Same thing in love as well. It's like maybe you have your eye on a person or you're meeting a person and you think what they require is up here, but really it's like way down here. I think they just want a good person, very, very simple. So I think that you're, I don't know why this is even popping into my head on this card, but, I kind of get this energy of overcomplicating something or making something more overcomplicated. I think the celebration that you are going to have is that something, it can just work simply and easily, and, there you go. You have the Death card, the two changes that we're talking about here. So you're going through two changes, very strange, but also good. And, I think these transformations or interchanges, whatever you would like to call them, these are going to lead to, more success in your life. So let's see. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Hierophant again. So you showing up using strategy instead of being on a hamster wheel. Literally the change that we hope to see here. So I kind of feel this is a good thing. The Seven of Swords is also a card of taking things too seriously. He has polka dots on his cloak, and polka dots in the tarot kind of represent taking things too seriously. But in the good stuff, it could say that you have realized that you've taken something too seriously and it doesn't need to be so serious. With the Three of Cups, you have the High Priestess. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. 1, 2, 3. Were there more? No, 3 cards. So whatever, take it how it resonates. But definitely also, I would say, trust your intuition. I really feel that you are very intuitive at this time, and your intuition could be just guiding you. With the Three Cups, this could also be a Pisces that's helping you. If you have a Pisces in your life, this could be a celebration because, a Pisces is assisting you. With the Death card, you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, every single reading I do for you, you have the Queen of Cups. Literally, your job is to follow your heart. So, if I were a Taurus, the only thing I would be doing is allowing my heart to guide me. It's and the second my head came into it, then I would nope, just listen to the heart, right? It's just that simple. Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So let's see here. We're going to pull 5 main themes here, Taurus. You have this Flattery card. See, it's like what I was talking about with love. It's you can see these two faces facing away from each other and these two faces facing towards each other. So I feel like you're looking for a person where it's you see eye to eye, with this card. And I feel like you're attracting that. But maybe in the past you experienced the opposite. Let's see here. Next card you have, are you kidding? You have this escape card here. I also dropped the card. And so let me get that card and see what it is. It is patience. I feel like you've been patiently waiting to escape your hamster wheel or to escape your cage, right? And now it's like you're being unleashed. And that's kind of like the feeling I get here from this reading. And so this reading's been a wild ride. I gotta say, Taurus, it's been all over the place, but I also think that maybe you are in a time where you are kind of like all over the place. I have like Home Alone popping into my head, the movie. And it's almost like, it's almost like you are realizing that there are no adults to stop you from having the things that you want. It's like that barrier is gone. Weird. You have this restlessness card. This is probably why this reading's all over the place. You need to channel your restless energy. Nine of Swords twice. Restlessness, to me, is the most destructive energy other than guilt. I think like guilt, restlessness, right? And so I think with restlessness, we just need to channel it into something. It doesn't even have to be anything important. It could be going for a walk, doing a puzzle, whatever. But when you channel your restless energy, you're freeing your mind. That's where you get good ideas. Again, it's like, I think some people, it's like when they get stuck and they have no money, for example. What are you thinking about? All you're thinking about is not having money, and you're being restless by thinking like, I need to do something to make money. But instead, if you were to like go for a walk or do a puzzle, like I said, you would get out of your head. I get my best ideas from leaving my head. Again, the reason I talk about this so much is I was stuck for like 4 years of my life doing nothing, miserable, and I didn't allow myself to do anything. I just stayed stuck. That was it. But it wasn't until I started going for walks that I started getting good ideas that set me free. And so I don't want anyone to have to go through that at all. 4 years of that. So, all you have to do is like set yourself free. Stop thinking about your problems, right? Just for a certain amount of time. It doesn't mean you can't think about them later. Just for a little bit of time every single day. And that's where the good ideas will come from. You have this order card. I kind of think you're bringing order to this chaos that is going on here in this reading. It's pretty good. And finally, you have this resourcefulness card. We're in a time of resourcefulness. I definitely think earth signs are going to probably be the most resourceful right now, meaning that you might have some random ideas about like starting a business without money, or you might come up with like better ways to make money. And I would pay attention to those ideas. But this looks pretty good here, Taurus. It is going in a good direction. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.